What's going on, buddy? All my crazy people out there who stayed up with me to watch Star Wars The Bad Batch. And if you didn't, if you're catching this later, then hey, you're pretty cool too. And the Force must be with all of you guys if you're checking this out. I'm excited to dive into The Bad Batch Episode 3 because this was a fun episode. And in general, I'm a major fan of the Clone Wars. I love Rebels as well. So I'm a big fan of all these Star Wars animated shows. And if you're going to want to be along with the journey to discuss Star Wars The Bad Batch weekly with me, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because this is the channel for you guys. I'm a geek, you're here, you're probably a geek too. We're gonna have some great conversations down below. So overall, I love the first episode. I thought the second episode of Bad Batch was quite fun, but again, one of those middling Clone Wars episodes. It's like, okay, this is nice, but let's get back to the main central plot. And that's kind of what episode 3 started doing. Now, when we look at the scope of this, when it comes down to the Bad Batch, we just get a little bit more character development and arc development for Omega herself, and of course their relationship with her and Hunter. But the biggest aspect for me, and probably the strongest thing, and this is a pretty damn dark show. I mean, I know Clone Wars and Rebels had its dark moments, but then we saw some like straight execution from Crosshair. I think that's Crosshair. Someone gave me shit because I think I said Crossfire in one of the episode reviews. Oh well, if I'm saying it wrong, you know who exactly I'm talking about. He's going crazy. I mean, he knows the operation. He knows the assignment. He is following the Empire's strict rules, and I think that is the most important aspect of it all, of the entire episode. So we'll talk about that in just a second. I do want to get out the Bad Batch part of the episode first, because first off, the animation for this show is just stunning, and I think having a dark episode like this taking place on a planet like this, you have that tendency to want to brighten up the scene. But something in particular that I noticed here, and straight off the bat, just the vibe of their whole segment was Alien. I mean, it very much felt in the vein of Alien. From the cinematography, from the animation, to the planet, to some of the eggs and the creatures, just all the tension building to that had a lot of horror vibes to it. And again, very much Alien itself, and I ate that shit up, and I love that. And it very much added this nice tension-filled moment. There's a lot of great moments of them flying into the bottom, but everything on that planet that took place with them was really exhilarating. And, you know, even though you knew they were all going to survive, it was fun to see nonetheless. And again, that homage to Alien was a big part. Seeing how Omega really much has this charming, in a sense, kind of reminds me of when Ahsoka was younger. I'm really liking Omega so far, and I don't know if she's a hit or miss for a lot of people. Some people, it seems, really actually like her. I'm liking her character, and I'm really interested to see where she ends up going, and just seeing how her relationship continues with the Bad Batch crew, because her and Wrecker already are just great together. Adding in there, let's jump over to Crosshair and his whole storyline, because we're seeing a little bit more of Tarkin, how now they're bringing in these middling soldiers to be like, hey, we're gonna train with you guys, and they go on a mission to prove themselves. I like the new suits. I like the black and gray with the green visor. It's just freaking awesome. But they go off to finish Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera is not there. We knew he wasn't going to die because we obviously know where his whole entire story goes. But one of the big aspects of this is just seeing how brutal it is. I mean, they go straight in and take out everyone. And this one stormtrooper comes up and he goes, hey, like, this is not what we signed up for. These are civilians. We can take them in for questioning. And Crosshair just goes, boom, nope. Dead. Done. That's it. We don't need you. You don't know the assignment. Execute them all. And just hearing the sheer torture and the screams and the burning. I mean, that goes back to some of the stuff that George Lucas really much emphasized inside Star Wars within his original trilogy, especially where it pertains to war. And I love how the Bad Batch is actually diving into that very heavily. And it just puts a smile on my face. Not the genocide that they're performing, but in general, just how they are really much attaching this and making it feel and overall dive a little bit deeper into the whole entire Star Wars universe. And these darker moments are some of the things that I'm looking forward to. And in general, seeing how they're able to bring it about a little bit further. This was a great little episode. Again, got some great homages to Alien, explored a little bit more of Crosshair and the Empire and their exploration and how that's excelling. I like how the story, again, if you watch Clone Wars 4 and if you watch Rebels, you're probably expecting the show to pace out just like this. If you haven't watched those yet, I very much can understand your frustration and be like, oh, well, the first episode was like this. Why is the rest of the episodes kind of a little bit slow? This is how Star Wars animation typically is, but it will start ramping up. I think we have, 16 episodes this entire season. I assume there's going to be a lot of fun surprises in here, and I'm so excited to have you guys along for the journey, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if the Force is with you, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts on this episode. I had a blast, guys, and of course, until next time, until episode 4, I'll make sure to catch you guys soon. So until next time, stay classy.